learn the docker rm command. We have seen that whenever the container are running, we make the command docker stop. The container is stopped, it is not showing in the main list. But whenever we see all the list of the container in docker psa, we can see that container still exists in there, but it stopped. Docker rm is used to remove a container permanently from the docker. Basic syntax for docker rm is docker rm container name. Let's try it. The first container is nginx, which is currently running, and the second container is mysql, which is stopped. So let's try to remove the mysql container. Docker rm container name. Let's see the list. Docker psa. As you can see, the container has been removed permanently. Now let's try to remove this one. Docker rm container id or container whatever container id. You can see here it is returning an error because the container is running. The container is not stopped. So we'll discuss about this later. Here one question arises. Whenever we are deleting a container, the image is still exist or deleted. Let's check it out. So here is our container, my engine is container, and here is our image. Let's delete the container and we'll check whether the image is still there or not. Docker rm my nginx. So here the docker container has been deleted. We'll check the image. First check the docker has been removed or docker container has been removed or not. Docker. So the docker has been removed. Now we'll check the image. Docker images. The image for the my nginx is still there. As you can see, the image is still there. Only the container is getting removed because the image and the container are totally different. From one image we can generate multiple container. So removing container will not occurs the deleting of the image. The next question is, can I remove a running container? As we have already seen, we can't remove a running container. It will throw an error and it will ask us to stop the container. Now why the Docker is not allowing us to deleting the container means, assume that you are having a running container and there you are transferring some data or migrating some data to another table. If you directly, so the container is running, right? Because of the container is running, the task is getting performed. The task is ongoing. So if you remove a running container, then it might cause the data loss. So to protect yourself from this kind of incident, Docker used to does not allow to stop the running container. To protect you. This should be the proper ways to deleting a container. First, stop the container, then delete the container. There is a shortcut also to delete your container, running container forcefully. The command is like docker rm f container name. What this will do, this f means force container. It is forcing the docker to delete the container. So internally what it will do, it will stop the container, then delete it. Internally it is following the same process, but you don't have to stop that a container manually. Should we use this app forcefully? Should we use to should we use this app means like should we use this app means forcefully stopping the container? In development level, yes, you can use sometimes, but in production level, it is better to avoid this approach and follow the proper path by stopping the container, then removing it. Suppose you have multiple containers like this. Now you want to remove all the containers. Instead of doing this Docker, RM, MyNginx, Docker RM, Redis, what you can do? You can simply write Docker RM and the list here, MyNginx, then space, then the next container and space MySQL. You can delete the list of container. If you want to remove all the stop container directly, you can just write docker container prune. It will ask you, are you sure? You have to press Y and it will delete all the stopped container. In this case, the running container will still remaining. You have to remember this. Forcefully removing a container. You can see my Nginx container is in running condition. So we'll forcefully stop this container. Docker rm f container name my Nginx. So here you can see the container has been removed while it was running. So this is to forcefully delete a container. Now we will try to stop multiple containers. Docker rm will give the names here space the second container name and both the container has been got deleted. Next command we will try to delete all the container at a time. Let's try to delete all the container at a once. For container prune, this will it is asking this will remove all the stop container. So we'll keep yes. We want to delete all the container and all the container has been removed. But you have to notice here only stop container. Here it is written also. This will remove all stop container. Running container will be still there. Now I am giving you a real company example. Assume that you are having a user service version 1. Now you have updated something in user service version 2. So now you have done all the testing done and it's running properly. So after verifying everything, we don't need this version 1 application. So it is better to remove it and continue with the new container. When we execute this command, what internally happening? First of all, it will locate the container. Then it will delete the writable layer. Then it will remove the container entry. And now it's done. So these many things internally it is performing when you are executing the rm command. In production level, we don't used to do these things manually. We have already discussed that. So the life cycle of a container used to manage via the Kubernetes, ECS, and Docker. So these are the deployment tools which are used to manage the container creation and deletion.